The housing market meltdown in America. And don't eat these potato chips or you could die. Today, I read an interesting article on foxbusiness.com written by Landon Meon titled Lay's Recall of Classic Chips in 2 States Classified at Highest Risk Level. FDA warns it could cause death. The FDA's Class 1 recall means exposure or consumption of the chips could cause serious adverse health consequences or death. According to the author, Frito-Lay has recalled its classic Lay's potato chips in Oregon and Washington due to undeclared milk that may be in the product that could be fatal if consumed with an allergy or severe sensitivity to milk. The recall was only for a limited number of 13-ounce bags and no other Lay's products, flavors, sizes, or variety packs. Here are my thoughts. I've heard people say junk food can kill you. I think they were referring to over a long period of time. Now, junk food can potentially kill you immediately if you have a severe allergy or severe sensitivity to milk. I hope people with this type of allergy or sensitivity haven't eaten these potato chips. I would hate to see anyone harmed or killed. I've made my own potato chips before in the air fryer. Slice the potatoes really thin or even use the peeled skins. Put them in the air fryer and then flip them periodically. I don't even add salt to them. This is a lot healthier and cheaper than buying potato chips at the store. Now, this article had some really interesting comments beneath it, including one from a person who previously worked for Frito-Lay. This person said, "This is unusual, strange, and very difficult to understand. I worked for them for many years, supervising the potato chip lines. Classic Lay's have no dairy product among any of its ingredients. The only dairy ingredient would have to come from a sour cream product through cross-contamination. This would mean the changeover from a sour cream chip had to fail in the cleanup process excessively. Their programs are stringent, unless this could be some sort of sabotage." Another commenter said, yes, the plain chips would be scheduled to run first thing after a deep clean down, followed by the product containing allergens. Then another clean down prior to running plain chips again. The last comment came from someone who said, "I would lean more towards lack of knowledge and training of sanitation workers. Upper management thinks, since they hate going into the plant, that cleaning is an easy, unskilled job. Sanitation workers, when properly trained, are the hardest workers in any plant and paid the least." Well, my friends, the commenters always have interesting things to say. Let's hope something like this doesn't happen again in the future. I cringe at the thought of people getting sick or dying, especially small children with an allergy or sensitivity. Here's some bad news today about the housing market. I read this on CNBC.com, written by Diana Olick, titled, "Pending Home Sales Drop Sharply in December as Mortgage Rates Surge Back Over 7%. According to the author, signed contracts on existing homes dropped a sharp 5.5% in December from the previous month and fell 5% from the prior year, according to the National Association of Realtors. The drop followed 4 straight months of gains, and the index was at its lowest level since August. Here are my thoughts. This is not good news. So much hinges on the U.S. housing market. There are so many people employed because of the housing market. This slowdown could really have ripple effects throughout the economy, and it may just be getting started. It is ironic that I saw this article today in the news, because I got a phone call from a mortgage originator that I've done business with for many years. He has been in the industry for most of his adult life. I'm talking about multiple decades. He's worked for major banks such as Chase. More recently, he has worked at a smaller financial institution. He called to tell me that he is getting out of the business entirely. He said he can't make money right now to pay his bills. His pipeline is completely dry. No one with a low mortgage rate wants to sell their home, and no one wants to buy a new home in a 7% interest rate environment. He said the entire system is just stuck. Since he has 2 business degrees, he is getting a job in management at a factory so he can have a salary and not be dependent on earning money from mortgage deals. I know a realtor who also went back to a regular 8 to 5 job because of the slowdown. I have to wonder how many other people are going to be impacted moving forward across the country. I realize there are some people who do not want to sell their homes because they locked into a low mortgage rate a few years ago, but some of these people could be forced to sell if they lose their jobs or their income gets so small because of the slowdown in the real estate market. There is a Hollywood movie that really portrays all of this playing out. It is called The Company Men. It came out in 2010. It was directed by John Wells, and it stars Ben Affleck, Tommy Lee Jones, Chris Cooper, and Kevin Costner. The movie is about 3 men who try to survive corporate downsizing in a bad economy. The character, played by Ben Affleck, is put into a position where he has to sell his home and his Porsche and move his wife and kids in with his parents. He has to take a job doing construction with his brother-in-law, played by Kevin Costner. I remember a scene where Ben Affleck is carrying bags of construction materials up a stairwell in an old home being remodeled, and Kevin Costner says, "It's a little different than moving messages from the inbox to the outbox." In that movie, his character's lifestyle really changed quickly, and it wasn't easy for him to deal with. This could be reality for many Americans, depending on what happens with the American economy and the housing market. Only time will tell. I'm sure some people were not happy earlier this week when the Fed did not cut rates. The 10-year was down slightly today, which impacts mortgage rates. The change was really trivial in the scheme of things, though. Don't worry, though. The Dow, S&P, and NASDAQ were all up today. The rich who own assets, including stocks, are continuing to get wealthier, while many everyday Americans are stressed out to the max and trying to figure out their next move in this ever-changing world of ours. My heart goes out to people who are struggling financially right now. I am really scared about how bad things could get if we ever see a meaningful correction or crash in the stock market, crypto market, or housing market. However difficult life is right now for some Americans, it could get a lot worse. Let's be optimistic and hope we don't experience any of that. I just hope people are preparing for the worst case scenario in case it comes to fruition. This is better than keeping your head in the sand, in my opinion. Getting out of debt and building up an emergency account might be a smart thing to do right now. But what do I know? I'm just some guy on YouTube with a gong. What do you think about all this? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing to the channel. I want to extend a special thanks to everyone who has subscribed to this channel. I want to also thank all of my channel members. If you would like to become a channel member, there is a link in the description beneath this video. You can read more about the different membership levels. Please also check out some of the great books I suggest you consider reading in the description below. I've included Amazon affiliate links to these books. As an Amazon associate, I earn from qualifying purchases. Stay healthy and wealthy. I'll see everyone in the next video.